What is going on, everybody? It is TG back with another video. Guys, it has been a while. I am very sorry that I have not been able to post as much as I want to recently. Working a full-time job is a lot of work. You guys will know that. A lot of you who are in that sector right now and those who are about to be in the workforce soon, you guys will soon realize it is a lot of work and a lot of time. Especially with me who's doing tennis coaching. It's all different hours, so I only got like an hour free here, an hour free there. It's not enough to make a video because there's a lot more that goes into a video than just recording a screen and talking. But I want to talk to you guys today about Amazon stock and why I think Amazon stock could be a massive winner in the next year. So before I start this video, if you guys like these videos, please consider subscribing. It means a ton to me, and obviously hit the like button if you enjoyed the video as well. But Amazon is a stock that we have to talk about because this has been the dog of the FANG stocks. Last year, the stock only returned about 3.2%, which is abysmal considering the fact the S&P returned over 30% itself. If we look at Amazon over the 5-year, it's up 306%. But if we look at it back from 2020, in August, at that big run up into the 3,400s. Since August, it's still down 2.4%. Since this run up right here, July 10th, when it went to 3,200, it is just coiled. Coiled for over a year and a half. And there was a time where it was almost 600 days where Amazon returned zero gains, despite the company actually growing a lot. If we look at this revenue and net income year-over-year growth, there's some big year-over-year growth. 37.62% year-over-year growth in the revenue side, 84% in the net income side. So they're making a lot more profits, and a lot of that is because of their AWS and advertising. And that is one of the reasons that a lot of analysts have actually been more bullish on Amazon recently, despite the fact that it is consolidated for so long and could be set up for a big potential breakout. Their AWS is their biggest profit margin driver. It always has been, and I think it always will be, unless advertisements continue to pick up massive as well. The Amazon Web Service Cloud business is continuing to spend a lot right now, and I think that's going to pay dividends later because they're the biggest when it comes to the clouds. There's AWS, there's Azure from Microsoft, and then there's Google's as well. Right now, Amazon is in pole position with that. And then I just think that they're going to continue to make big money off it, and could have huge earnings power on the earnings per share. We all remember having last earnings quarter. It was a very bad quarter. They missed on earnings and revenue, and the stock fell about 10%. It was a brutal day. I lost a lot of money that day betting on Amazon. But I think that this could be a massive stock for the FANG stocks. I think especially with markets up so much, we're looking for potential opportunities of stocks that aren't up that much, and I think Amazon could be that one. So Barron's obviously agrees as well, and it writes Amazon as their top mega cap internet pick of 2022. A lot of other analysts as well came out and have raised their price targets for Amazon. So I want to show you guys right now what the average price target for Amazon is, because it's actually really high. It's 4,150 with a high of 4,700 and a low of 3,800. So even the 3,800 is significant upside from where the stock currently is now. And that's crazy, considering the fact that it is sat in this little channel for so long. Again, look at this chart for a second. Also, I apologize. I'm really sick right now. Probably COVID again, honestly. Wouldn't be surprised. Third time's a charm. But I mean, look at this. It just sat in this range. We had almost a breakout last year. A couple times we went up to the 3,800s, and both times got kind of rejected around that 3,770 mark, and then went straight back down. So could we be testing it again? We were in the 3,100s last week. We could potentially see a big rise pretty soon. 3,100s this week, actually. If we look at the 5-day, yeah, we were low 3,100s at one point, 3,140, and we've risen about 6% since then, which is nice. Did show some strength. Overall market pulling up as well. But I mean, this could be an opportunity to get into, one of the biggest companies in the world. It's still relatively high PE ratio, but it's also growing at a fast rate and has a lot of catalysts ahead and a lot of big innovations. I mean, this is a company that spends a fortune on reinvesting in their company, and I think it's going to pay dividends later. Not actual dividends, but dividends in what they produce. Stuff like AWS, stuff like their advertising business, their Prime memberships. They're pouring into these different things, and it's going to pay off eventually. And it has, if you're patient with Amazon, you've been rewarded very well. This company has continued. It's had its downturns, especially 2018 was on fire and, lost like a third of its value. And then, within a year, climbed back up another 40% since then. And then obviously the pandemic started off really bad for Amazon. And then what did it do? Well, it returned insane returns and, became the biggest of the biggest and the best of the best for what it does. And I think they have such a big Prime membership that they're not going to go anywhere. These people are paying a yearly subscription to get stuff off Amazon. And Amazon is now offering so much more stuff, like their Amazon Prime videos. They've invested a ton into that and made it actually pretty good. There's some good content on there. Their Amazon Music, their 2-day shipping for some, 1-day shipping for others. They're trying to make that the norm now. No one can compete with that. And as they get their logistics and their shipping up as well, I mean, Amazon is just going to continue to rise. And I think that's what these analysts see. These analysts are talking about big upside. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if, we see Amazon $4,000 in a year from now. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, depending on market sentiment, because again, a lot of times it depends on the market. If you notice these things, these charts all look the same because they're so heavily weighted. And the algos, that's how it works when there's buying and selling. It's hard for our individual stock to move up without big news, big catalysts. So earnings will be a big thing. That's in like less than a month now. So again, that could be huge for Amazon if they pull out a blockbuster quarter, which I think they will with holiday season. I don't see many people shopping in malls and stuff during this holiday season. I think a lot of people order on Amazon. I know I did. And I think a lot of other people did as well. And I think we're going to see that. And I think we're going to see the advertising business up huge as well. So Amazon could be the next massive mega cap winner. Be warned also, it doesn't have a ton of room to run. It's already a $1.7 trillion company. So for people saying, it can, 3x and stuff, realistically speaking, no. Maybe in a couple of years, like a long term over time. But, in the short term, it's hard to move that much because you're thinking about market cap moving up. I mean, you talk about a 10% gain, and that's $168 billion gained. The company only brought in $21 billion in net revenue, $386 in actual revenue. But I mean, when you look at it from a financial perspective, it's a little unlikely. But again, all the stuff that they're doing, they're innovating. It could pay out massive. So really watch it because again, this thing has been coiling for a while. Since about July of 2020, not even last year, 2020, and now we're in 2022. So watch, it's about a year and a half of coiling. If this thing breaks out, it's going higher. It's going a lot higher than it is now if it breaks out. But for those who have been selling calls and selling puts on it, they've been making a fortune because it's stayed in that range. That's perfect. I have some Amazon, I have some put credit spreads for March at 31.50 and for June of 31.20 or something like that. So hopefully if Amazon stays above that, we'll make like $2,000, which I think it will. I don't see it going under 31.50. I think that it showed a ton of strength at that 31.50 resistance mark. And I think that's a really good place to have that put credit spread. So we'll see what happens with everything, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. I wanted to also apologize for the lack of videos, but hopefully we'll be able to start posting more. I just got to find times, and when I have times, record these videos for you guys, like over, times where I have a couple hours off. All right, maybe record 2 videos, post one day, one the next day. So thank you guys for everything. I really hope we can try to grow this channel. I'm going to be honest, it's been rough recently, but hopefully this could be the start of something. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for everything. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you are an Amazon stock, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.